IELTS Part 9. You can become familiar with the directions for IELTS, get to know what the task is. This will help you move quickly through the test. Study efficiently. If you don't have much time, only study where you need extra help. Use the strategies. These strategies will help you score well on IELTS. Use the explanatory answers. These answers will explain why an answer choice is wrong. For many of the items, the answer will only be approximate. Your answer need not to match the one provided as a sample. Study a little every day. Don't fall behind. Keep at it. Well, there are a few examination day tips. For specifically on the examination day, read all communications from the test center carefully. You may receive directions or advice on the nearby hotels. Be early there. Give yourself more than enough time to get to the test center. If you live far away, you may want to arrive the night before. Then you can relax without worrying about being late. Be comfortable. Don't wear clothes that don't fit or don't feel good. Don't bring unnecessary items with you to the testing center. The only things you will be allowed to take into the testing room are pencils, erasers, and your identification or possibly a bottle of water. Everything else, including handbags, coats, jackets, even blazers or jackets normally worn indoors, and the mobile phones will have to be left outside the testing room. And the AEO, IDP, they do provide the stationery. They provide pencils, erasers, sharpeners, and ballpoints. But that's not the case with British Council. They don't provide. Well, let me do it again. The British Council do provide pencils, erasers, sharpeners, ballpoints, but that's not the case with AEO. You will have to bring your identification with you to the testing site. The test administrators normally ask you for a passport. You will be asked to arrive at the testing center at least 30 minutes ahead of the time for check-in and identification checkup. Anyone who arrives late will not be admitted to the test center. The listening, reading, and writing parts of the test last about 3 hours altogether. You will have to remain in your seat in the testing room during this entire period of the time. Even if you have finished the test early, you won't be allowed to leave the center. You will be permitted to leave the room to go to the restroom if necessary. Raise your hand and quietly ask the person in charge for permission to leave the testing room. Do not disturb the other test takers. The last part of the test is of the speaking one. The speaking part comes at the end. It takes up to 20 minutes. This is face-to-face interviews, so each test taker will be assigned a time for his or her interview. You probably won't know the time for your interview until the day the test, so you need to be prepared to spend most of the day at the testing center. Well, there are listening modules, reading modules, writing modules, and speaking modules. The test of English language has got 4 sections, 4 parts, 4 organs, and we'll be discussing all one by one. In one sitting examination, we have listening first of all for 30 minutes, and then given 10 minutes for transferring answer to the answer sheet. And then we have got reading for 60 minutes, and the time transferring to the answer sheet is within that 60 minutes. No extra time will be provided. And then 60 minutes for writing. This is one sitting examination. So besides one sitting examination, we also have an interview for 15 minutes. This is in fact the how the examination is set for IELTS.